afternoon, good evening, ignorant millennials. What it do? What's up? It's me, your host, Kat, in the building, not alone. Usually joined by a lady, but also today, I'm joined by a handsome man. As you can see, hey, he looks like he's about to tara me for there. So I told everybody behind the scenes, do you guys still have your cell phones there? Eh? Just make sure. Is the car still outside? Just make sure. Yeah, I got a guy here. Hey, he calls himself STOUT.
Sure.
Dalootz. What do you do, man?
How's up? You cool?
I'm good, man. Yourself?
I'm alright, thank you, bro.
Nice for you to have joined us
Thank
today.
you for having me. Thank you for having me.
What have you been up to today?
It's been a long day, a hectic day. We shooting a friend of mine's music video. You guys were there, you were hanging around a bit,
Yes.
so you saw what the vibe was like.
Yes.
But yeah, it's been a long, productive day, and now we're here. So,
100%, we're here. So before we go in, we usually just like ask icebreaker type of questions and so forth, just to get you into it. So beach holiday or safari holiday?
Beach holiday.
Lambo-
Of course. Of course.
Oh, okay, like Jamaica type of vibes or
Yeah.
Seychelles.
Sure.
Oh, okay. Lamborghini or Ferrari?
Neither of them, but if I had to choose, probably go for Ferrari. Yeah.
Okay. Would you rather be rich or famous?
That's a tricky question. That I'd rather be rich, because being famous comes with a lot of responsibility, and it's not for everyone. Obviously, being in the industry that I am,
Yes.
It's part of the job. But yeah, man, if I could just be rich and like alone,
Yes.
somewhere on an island far
Yes.
away.
Oh,
Yeah.
okay. So the end goal is obviously to get into this, to become rich, or
Well, that's not the end goal. I mean, that comes as time goes by. Wealth comes with whatever you're doing. If you're doing it right,
yes.
And you do it to
Okay.
enough people, obviously you become wealthy. But that's not the end goal. It
Yes.
just comes with the job. Yeah.
Okay. So if you were on a plane and the plane was about to crash, right? Who would you want to be seated next to you?
A doctor or someone that can help me if the plane has to crash, and hopefully we both survive. Are we going to die?
Like you're gonna crash into the sea.
No, we're gonna survive, Moss. We're not gonna. That plane's gonna land nicely on the water. We're gonna survive. Okay, if the plane had
I like
to
your
crash.
optimism.
Yo, man. How much time do I have before the plane crashes? Like, how long is the conversation? What do I get to do?
Usually it's like less than a minute.
A minute?
Yeah.
Yo, I don't actually know the answer to that question. I'll get back to you on that.
So
We'll
you
come
don't
back.
have a special somebody in your life?
No, not at the moment. No.
Sure.
There's no special somebody.
I know that potentially wherever you are, I'm crying with you. Wherever
Good
you
luck to all those potential.
Okay. No, that's very interesting. Some people would say their mother,
Yeah.
their sister.
I thought about it, but I wouldn't want my mom to die, so she can stay home and stay alive. I'll die with someone else.
Okay. I get your thinking along those lines. So if you could go on a date with anybody in the world, who would it be and why?
A lot of I've never ever thought about these questions. Like
That's the whole point. That's the whole point. You're supposed to. Your first thing that comes to mind is.
First thing that comes to mind. Anyone in the world, a date, like a romantic date.
A romantic date.
I don't even know, because I don't even think about these things. Let me see. A romantic date anywhere in the world.
Man, you're on Instagram. I'm sure there's somebody you saw.
There are a few. Like, if you're talking international or local, there's differences now. There's different people. So, locally.
Give me both then, since you clearly have a preference.
I don't have a preference, but internationally, I wouldn't actually know. Like, I don't. To be honest, I don't follow a lot of international people, artists, or
locally
women or anything. But locally, I don't know if I should.
Name.
I've got a small Nyana crush locally, but
who's the person?
Kim Jade. I don't know if you're familiar with
her.
Yes. Yeah, she's also in the business and so forth. But,
okay.
That would be an interesting date.
So have you guys met?
We haven't. No, we haven't met.
Oh, okay.
It could be arranged, but it hasn't been because I'm focused.
You're focused.
Yeah.
So you're calling such a beautiful woman a distraction?
All women are distractions. Yes.
I thought you
For
were.
sure.
Oh, okay. I thought Kim Jade crushed somebody you were looking to build with, but okay.
I'm just building myself at the moment. So
Okay.
yeah, let's just leave it at that.
Oh, okay. Now let's
Yeah.
get into it. I mean, we brought you here not to talk. It's not an all you need is love episode.
Sure.
So we're here to talk about the music and everything else. So, yeah, who's Dalootz? Like,
Dalootz basically is LEKGOWA STOUT.
Yeah.
That's just an easy, simple way to define myself currently. But Dalootz as a whole is, I used to have this hashtag called the black colored white guy.
yeah,
I sort of embrace all the cultures, you know. Having been brought up the way I was, yeah, man, I accommodate and cater to pretty much everyone.
Okay.
So that's what Dalootz and who he is. Yeah.
okay. So, so are you white? Are you Afrikaner? Are you
No, I'm white.
Portuguese?
I'm just white. No,
You're just
no,
white.
no, just white. Yeah.
Oh, okay. Interesting. So you grew up around. I mean, to come up with the name LEKGOWA STOUT,
Sure.
it means definitely did you grow up around like black people?
Yeah, for
and
sure. I've
everything
actually I've never hung out with white people.
Mhm.
Yeah, like growing up, I was pretty much. Firstly, I was around a lot of black people, and then secondly, a lot of colored people. So
Where is this? Is this in Limpopo? Is this
no,
in...
this is in Pretoria. This is in Pretoria. The
Yeah.
primary school that I went to.
Uh-huh.
Yeah, I was surrounded with a lot of black friends, and you
Yes.
know, and then the second primary school I went to was a lot of colored friends. So it wasn't like far away or in a location or whatever. Even though I did spend a lot of time in a lot of locations and classes, but yeah, man, just pretty much the schooling I went to.
Ish,
Basically.
man. When you say that, when I hear a white person say they were in a school multiracial, it means you were stoned or at home, in Mali, you know.
I don't know if I was stoned. You can't ask me that question. You'll have to find out. But I don't think I'm stoned. Even though I'm called LEKGOWA STOUT.
Yeah.
Nah.
Okay, so let's talk about your sound, your music, and so forth. Most of the people who didn't previously know you before became aware of you through the lockdown house party and everything else. So, are you an amapiano DJ? Are you an amapiano producer? What do you classify yourself as?
I can't actually classify myself because I was actually around and I started playing before my piano was mainstream.
Yes.
So even though I used to listen to it and play it, you know,
Yes.
music's once it becomes mainstream, it's what
Yes.
everyone knows and listens
Yes.
to, and
Yes.
that's what you need to sort
Yes.
of play.
Yes.
But before that, man, I was playing like commercial house, old school house, Kwaito, Bacardi, which
Yes.
is some people know it as pot and pana. There's a few names for it.
Yes.
But just a whole mixture of things, man, a variety of music. Yeah.
Okay. So then, when about did this journey begin? Did it begin just this year, last year, and so forth?
No, I've been in the game for quite some time now. So it's roughly 8 years now.
Yes.
8 years, yeah.
Oh, 8 years.
Yeah, 8 years.
Well,
So
I think you had a mix or something on Y or something like that.
I've done a few mixes on few different radio
Yes.
stations. Yeah. So it's been a long journey, man. I mean, you
Yes.
can just imagine over 8 years.
Yes.
It's been a lot of different radio stations,
Yes.
channels,
Yes.
whatever it may be. So
Okay.
yeah, it started about 8 years ago.
Okay. So then, in terms of your latest music that you have out there, it's piano.
Yeah,
That I'm picking up.
Yeah.
So is that the sound we're going with for now? Is it the sound that we're going with forever?
I wouldn't say forever because music changes inevitably.
Yes,
yeah.
yes.
So currently, I would call myself a piano DJ. Even though I can play a lot of other
Yes,
genres.
yes.
But it's what I prefer at the moment.
Yes.
You know. So
Yes.
yeah, I do have an EP out.
Yes.
Which I dropped quite a while back
Yes.
called Bambelela.
Uh-huh.
And I've dropped a project out, a single project since,
Yes.
and I'm working on another EP at the moment. So
Okay. So I mean, a lot of time, like which is probably one of the questions sitting around somebody who's watching this is like, let's do we having like it's another white person in a black culture and so forth and so forth. What do you feel? I'm sure people have told you like, or have said this guy is appropriating black culture and so forth.
Yeah.
What is your response to that?
I don't really entertain those things, you know. There's always a race card. There's always something that someone doesn't like, whatever the case may be. It's never really bothered me.
Yes.
I just do my own thing in my own way.
Yes.
I make people happy, and I mean, like I said, my upbringing. I've never been around white people, so I don't.
Yes.
I don't consider myself
Yes.
anything specific. I'm just that guy. I'm friendly to everyone.
Yes.
You know, I
Yes.
make a lot of everyone happy. I try and make everyone happy. So
Yes.
I'm just that guy that, you know, everyone sort of
Yes.
knows, can familiarize with,
Yes.
gravitates towards, you know. So
And I can tell you definitely around a lot of black guys because, you know, you have that fanny pack, you know.
under 14, you know. Yeah.
Yeah. No, definitely. So then, in terms of the music that you make, do you make your own beats, and how do you go about choosing who to collab with?
All right. So my last project, I collabed with two guys, two groups actually.
Yes.
One guy in a group. So it was a three-way project.
Yes.
But I mean, look, I've got a lot of friends in the industry. I sort of just work with guys who I'm either hanging around with at the moment,
Yes.
or that I'm vibing with, or
Yes.
if, you know,
Yes.
music, it happens spontaneously. We could be
Yes.
sitting right now, and I
Yes.
could get an idea,
Yes.
and I want to work on something. You
Yes.
know, that's how it is.
Yes.
So yeah, man. Like I said, like you asked earlier, I do get into studio.
Yes.
I wouldn't title myself as a producer, but I do produce, and I
Yes.
work with a lot of different guys, and yeah, man, we just make good music.
When you say you wouldn't title yourself as a producer, what do you mean? Are you, because a lot of people think a producer is the guy that makes the beat.
Yeah.
Whereas you know, like the DJ Khaled doesn't make the beat.
Sure.
Gets there's a producer and
Yeah,
whatever.
yeah.
Then he tells them, no, I want this tune or whatever. It
Yeah,
just
yeah.
comes in the morning. This is the tune I have on my head. Make a beat like that, and tells Drake, listen, this is what I want you to send the hook
Yeah.
and whatever.
I would call that like co-producing.
Yes.
That's something I do quite a bit. So I'll jump into studio. There's a group of guys and we're working on something.
Yes.
I'd hear and be like, yo, change this, add this, you know.
Yes.
And that's how we get it done. Yeah.
Okay. So then, with you having done that, what are the issues that you as an artist pick up like from other artists where you like, yeah, what's like the worst person that you don't name them obviously in terms of your worst experience in terms of getting a product out there?
Funny story actually. LEKGOWA STOUT, which is a single that I did beginning of the year.
Yes.
All right. Dropped it in Jan.
Yes.
The day that we got into studio
Yes.
to do that song,
Yes.
I invited a vocalist
Yes.
/ MC
Yes.
to come and record.
Yes.
Cool. They're like, yeah, they're on their way, they're coming through. You know how it is. You sit in studio,
Yes.
you wait.
Yes.
Oh, where you at?
Yeah.
Yeah, I'm on my way. Wait the whole night, they never pulled through. So we're like, sharp.
Yes.
So obviously, in our minds, we were ready to produce something
Yes.
and put something out.
Yes.
We had this idea, this
Yes.
concept. And that had to change because the guy never rocked up.
Yes.
So we actually did LEKGOWA STOUT because the person never arrived.
Yes.
And we did that in like an hour.
Yes.
Done, put it out. And little did we know it would be, well,
What
do as
it
well
is,
as it did.
it-
Yeah.
yeah,
I mean,
yeah.
that's just how like this industry is so
Yeah.
unexpected, man. You don't know. You could drop something now
Uh-huh.
and no one would even hear it.
Yes.
And then you could drop another thing and it
Yes.
goes crazy. So, yeah, man, there's some very unfortunate situations and circumstances. But
Was this a big name artist? or
yeah,
was
yeah,
it-
yeah. Pretty big name artist. Yeah.
So then, in that type of situations, how does it work? Do you guys pay each other, or do you guys say, look, the splits from whatever revenue it makes from the
Yeah,
stream?
Well, there's a few ways to go about it.
Yes.
You can either do a split deal, or you
Yes.
can purchase the beat, or pay the artist for his work.
Yes.
We didn't even get to that point yet because he didn't even come to studio. So
Yeah.
regardless, I wouldn't have known. But the people that I do work with, yeah, man, I keep them close. It's a close circle, you know. So it's we're actually friends,
Yeah.
but we work together at the same time.
Yeah.
So we're very, how can I say, understanding when it comes to business. Even though business is business,
Yes.
you need to have people that sort of can stand behind you. They have the same idea,
Yes.
same goal.
Yes.
You know, because a lot of people just want money,
Yes.
quick and fast,
Yeah.
done. Give me my money, done. And it doesn't always work like that, you know, unfortunately.
No,
So,
definitely. So if you could change like one thing about this whole music industry and everything else, what would it be that you would
just one thing.
making me
There's
choose?
so many things, man. But we just to make it sweet and short, like everyone needs to just work together, man. There's too many people that put themselves above others. You know, once they've made it, they've made it. They don't want to work with you. They don't want to put you on. They close doors for you. That's how the industry is, unfortunately. And a lot of people they'll never make it because of things like that, you know. And the truth is, you can't be on top forever. Your time comes to an end.
Yes.
So those guys need to understand that and either learn to collaborate with the up and coming guys or just ruin the industry, which is sort of what's happening, you know. So yeah, man, people just need to work together, not be jealous, not hate one another. Just there's so much potential, man, especially in SA in terms of music.
Mm.
People just need to get together and make fire.
So if I'm a Kabza and you say, look, I want to collab with you, and I'm like, nah, how do you take it? Do you then now say, like, when we see me at the club where we both DJing, whatever, you're like,
Nah,
that
man.
nigga, I'm not greeting him, or even you know, you feel like
You know,
you let down.
Yeah.
You and I cannot be friends just because I said we cannot collaborate.
okay, I wouldn't go that far, but naturally you'd feel let down. You'd feel like a bit disappointed. You know,
Yes.
like this. You want to work with someone
Yes.
and they're like, nah, sorry.
Yes.
So you need to try to sort of see from their perspective.
Yes.
Do they think you not good enough, or
Yes.
you? I don't know what the case may be, but
Yes.
I mean, I don't like funny vibes.
Mm-hmm.
So if something like that had to happen, I'll still greet the homie like, yo, what's
Yes.
up?
Yes.
You know, there's gonna be a point in time where we're gonna end up working together.
100%.
It's gonna happen.
Yes.
Even if you don't like me, if you don't want to work
Yes.
with me, it's gonna reach a point where it's gonna happen. So I just keep working, keep grinding. The time will come.
Okay. So in terms of your album, what inspired the sound that you went with in terms of your album? Because I was like, your EP is like
Yeah.
party like type of bangers and so forth. Is that what you wanted to go with?
Well, firstly, the title of the EP is called Malobola, which means
Yes.
hold on. So
Yeah.
that was inspired from lockdown.
Yes.
I mean, this year for everyone it's been
Very
pretty
tough,
rough, pretty
yeah.
difficult. You
Yeah.
know, so it was just like sort of giving
Yes.
people some hope. Hold
Yes.
on, you know, there will be an
Yes.
end to all of this.
Yes.
But yeah, man, the EP is it's a bit of a mixed sound. You know, there's some soft, soulful
Soft, yeah,
tracks, and
yeah.
then there's some club bangers
Yes,
as well.
yeah.
There's instrumental, there's
Yes.
vocal tracks. So
Yes.
just a bunch of things for people to sort of listen to at home, help
Yes.
them get through
Yes.
this difficult year, which it
Yes.
has been. And I mean, music.
Mhm.
You can have the worst day. You can wake up and be
Yeah.
completely sad.
Yeah.
All you need to do is listen to some music,
Mm.
and changes your entire mood.
Mm.
So that was the idea behind it, you know.
Mm.
And yeah, going forward with my next EP, it's gonna be a little bit more ready for the groove, you know. Seeing that
Mhm.
it's opening up, festive is coming up, and yeah,
Why EPs, guys? Why EPs? Why not full album?
an album, man, like an album takes time. It's something you really need to invest in. Albums could take years
Mm.
to finally come to a complete product, you know. So,
But it's just 4 tracks. It's an album, hey?
eh?
Yeah, like if
A
you have a
4-track
7, yeah,
album.
no, I'm saying if you have a 7-track EP, you just
Yeah.
add 4 tracks, it's an album.
True, but you see that the difference is in EP.
Yeah.
You drop an EP, it's because there's some music you've worked on.
Yeah.
You're happy to put it out for the
Yeah.
masses, and you want to gauge what the reaction is. An album is something you put out to portray yourself.
Yes.
It's something that represents you and your brand and your
Yes.
music as an
Yes.
artist. So
Yes.
an album is a little bit more serious, and you need to at least put a little bit more time in,
Okay.
more investment, you know. So that's what I'm saying. It takes more than a
do
few
you think
months.
the consumer, in with what you said, knows the difference, or to them it's just a product that you put
Yeah,
out,
yeah,
and
obviously
from
the
there
con-
they judge you
The
on
consumer
that?
wouldn't know the difference,
Yes.
you know, because if you're not in the industry,
Yes.
you wouldn't have an idea.
Yes.
But yeah, man, people they just want music.
Yes.
If it sounds good, it sounds good.
Yes.
If it makes them
Yes.
happy, it makes them happy.
Yes.
But they don't know all the behind the scenes, you
Yes.
know. So we obviously see it differently. So an
Okay.
album will come, possibly next year. Let's see.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Next year we'll hold you onto that.
Don't hold me, but it's a possibility.
So that means you've been working on. There's a couple of 2-3 tracks already.
No,
that
I've
you've
actually,
released.
I've actually got a few projects, about 7 done already, but this is for the current EP.
Oh, okay.
So as we go along, more
Yeah.
projects will come
Okay.
about, and yeah.
Okay. Yeah, then when you said you've been in the industry for 8 years and so
Mhm.
forth, and I know it's the typical question that's asked around about, but I just also have to ask it. Then how do you feel about everybody now saying, I want to be a DJ, I'm DJ, and most people, you know, right now they get hired as DJ because of like, if now I have like 500,000
Mhm.
followers, right, and I decide today I'm gonna DJ, I will probably get more bookings as a result because of the
Yeah.
clout that I carry
Yeah,
and
exactly.
so forth.
Exactly.
How do you feel about that?
It's unfortunate, man, because like the truth is,
Yeah.
numbers matter. So
Yes.
if you're really, really famous, you could be an actor, you could
Yes.
be
Yes.
whatever you could
Yes.
be, you know. You could decide tomorrow I want
Yes.
to be a DJ. You'll get bookings based on the fact that people know you, you're popular,
Yes.
you've got numbers. But when it comes to actually playing music and being a DJ, I've seen some videos, it's rough, man. Like, it's so bad, but you know, it is what it is. And it shouldn't let you down. It shouldn't stop you. You shouldn't doubt yourself, because I mean,
Yeah.
at the end of the day, those sort of people, those sort of figures that have just recently entered the
Yeah.
industry, not the right way, they're not going to last a long
Yes.
time. You know, they're going to have a quick high and come down
Yes.
again. But the people who are really working, they've been in the game for a long time, they've been building their name, building their brand. Those are the guys who like stick around for a while. Yeah.
So then, in your mixes and whatever, do you go there with a recorded mix, or you just play straight, or
Like if I get a booking, a live performance, none of that's rehearsed at all. Completely, I go there and I just basically read the crowd, feel the vibe, the environment, and I just do my thing. It's different every time. So
yeah, because you know, like when I asked you if you could take something away from the music industry, I was actually hoping, and every time I actually ask a guest in terms of the who is in the entertainment industry, actually hope that think that one of them would say social media, because social media has gotten people to be hired more on their clout than the actual talent. Because if you think about it, if we removed Instagram and so forth, right, and then in terms of bookings and whatever, it would be based on basically the music that you produced, the product that you've actually put out, and not in terms of the actual thing that you are selling on Instagram. Because if you look at it in terms of in Instagram is also even killed the music industry, because like somebody like posts like say a Dalootz track on their story, like a song that I hear too many times, so everybody's posting on the story, I'm not gonna play that album or whatever, because already that song in itself doesn't have, like, I'm already sick and tired of the song in essence. And whereas though when you look at your Instagram, the music that's played on Instagram, in terms of the revenue that you or other artists that you get, it's not really helping in terms of that. So social media has killed the industry in terms of, and not, I wouldn't say like helped it more than this.
I guess in a way I could agree with you, but also disagree with you, because I mean, social media, how else would you sell yourself? I mean, you're right in saying you would get bookings based on the music you play, you know? Therefore, word of mouth, someone would say, book this guy, he performs really well. But at the same time, if you happen to know the owner of the venue and you guys are friends, you don't DJ very well, but he's going to put you on because he knows you. So either way, you need to sell yourself, however it may be. Word of mouth, the way you perform, social media, it all sort of benefits you somehow, you know? So
Nah, that's true. Right, man, like, you know, people also want to, you know, get to know the soft side of you and whatever. So when you roll to a club, entourage? No entourage?
No, nothing like that. I've never been like that. I don't live the lifestyle whatsoever. I don't drink, I don't smoke.
So you roll one man?
Not one man. Obviously, I have a team, but not an entourage, not women and whatever the case may be, you know? Some guys have like, they rock up to the club with like 12 people.
Yes.
That's crazy. I don't know how you do that.
Yes.
Maybe like for special occasions, you know? But if you're working, you're going out, you're on the road, you have your team with you.
Yes.
Because they've got the same goal with you, and that's you working towards something. Right? So
Okay. And what is on you, like your rider?
Okay, well, my rider is, I do get alcohol. I personally prefer whiskey, Jameson, even though I don't drink. Once in a while, you know, I'll have a glass or two. But generally, the rider is for my team. My team, they like alcohol quite a bit. So the alcohol generally goes to them. And then obviously there's like water. And if there happens to be fruit juice, I like fruit juice. And I drink a lot of coffee. So I'll be that guy with a cappuccino while I'm playing.
All right. I didn't get your real name, by the way.
My real name is Deo.
Deo.
Yeah.
Okay. Surname?
Morris.
Deo Morris.
Yeah.
Okay. Nah, definitely.
Watch all these personal Facebook friend requests. It's already full, but good luck, guys.
Nah. Oh, you're on Facebook?
I'm on all social platforms.
Don't say that, because OnlyFans is also a social platform.
I'm currently setting that up, but let's keep it on the down low. No, I'm joking.
It's that. Hey man, you gotta get coins, man. It's digital money, eh?
I'll leave that not for me. I'll leave it for the people that want to show off their toes and do funny things.
well, you don't actually have to, you know, put out
actually, now that you say it, I haven't thought about it that way, but I think the whole idea and stereotype behind OnlyFans is that, you know, like that sort of content.
Yes. All right. Thank you for joining us,
it's a pleasure.
Daniel Morris.
Morris. Yeah.
Yes,
Thank
thank
you so
you
much.
for joining us. I don't know if you have anything else that you would like to share with our viewers in closing. Yeah.
Man, I'm a man of very few words, but let me say something. This year has been difficult for myself, for you guys watching, for everyone out there. So the little that I'll leave you with is, man, like, things get better after it's been difficult. I don't know the exact quote or phrase or whatever it is, but like, this is not gonna stick around forever. Just keep pushing through. Say your prayers, keep working, and just be optimistic, man. Things are gonna get better, and yeah, that's about it.
Ignorant Millennials, you heard it here. Go and get his album, Bambelela.
Bambelela, yeah.
Bambelela, yes. Sorry, man, I'm not Zulu. Forgive me. Go and get the EP and follow him on Instagram. Dalootz, we out. Peace.